Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. My name is Afiqah binti Zulkafli. I, with my group mates, will discuss about are women better manager than men. So here we have HADIRAH binti HAMDAN, KHAIRUL AMIRIN binti Muhammad TAJUDDIN, Muhammad HAFIZUDDin bin GHAZALI. We will discuss will be reviewed pros and cons about this topic. So, firstly, let me introduce you about the topic. Latest research tell us that not only women as good as men. Most of them they are better. So, what's holding companies back? There are a lot fewer female managers than male managers. But you did be wrong to assume that because women are not as good at leadership. Interestingly, despite being more competent in almost every management faces that their male counterparts, the women under 25 were significantly less confident about their abilities. So, to continue our discussion today, I will ask our first speaker, HADIRAH binti HAMDAN, to continue this discussion.
Thank you to Afiqah. So I want to give my point that woman is a better manager because it is because women are more patient and composed while making decision rather than men. It is because maybe men have their own hot temper maybe. Okay, so it's because woman will show the way of the rise, and then if they in work task or maybe on the office, if any worker have a problem or miserable or trouble, a woman manager will more patient and give the time to settle it smoothly, and maybe they will if the woman manager will compose better decision while thinking about their own team or staff.
Sorry, Hadira. I can agree with your point. As we know, many women are emotional. They tend to take things personally in all aspects, which can result in biased decision. So the decision that they make absolutely not relevant at all. So men are generally perceived as better leader even by women. If you ask someone to think of a leader, chances are they will think of a man. Historically, most of our leaders have been men, so both men and women tend to think men make better leaders. In a study I conduct with co-author Janet Lever, we ask employees if they generally prefer to work for female or female bosses. So strong is this preference for men in leadership that male managers were preferred to one over female managers, and women had an even stronger preference for male managers than did their male counterparts. Even among women who were managers themselves, 75% stated a preference for male management.
At my point, in general, they are coherent minds, are punctual and are dedicated to their works. The women imbued qualities to make them better manager than a man. When they are feel confident, clear and enthusiastic, are in coherence. Coherence is being in synchronous, being in tune with their innate potential, powers and purpose. When they are punctual, it signals that they care for their team members. Women take their job seriously and they care about meeting deadlines. In almost every workplace, punctuality is synonymous with professionalism.
Next, my point is most of the women are soft-hearted. Then it will not be suitable at all times, especially for the role manager. Many times, the position demand them to be tough. As predicted, men emerge as leaders more often than women, but that gap varied depending on the length of interaction and other factors. The data suggests that men were more likely overall to be chosen or rated as leaders, in part because they had more assertive personalities and thus spoke up more.
Okay, I strongly agree about Afiqah. Men have more creativity than women in all aspects. Furthermore, women who report to women may exhibit more health issues. One study found that women who report to female managers are more likely to show up for work with headache, stomach ache, and suffering more psychological symptoms such as anxiety, trouble in sleeping, and difficulty focusing. So interesting, men do not have any issues such as women issues. So men in the study had the same physical and psychological symptoms regardless of whether their boss was male or female.
I am strongly disagree with Hafizuddin. It is because woman is a good manager. It is because for the emotional, the very popular words to a woman. It is because we know that a woman is a soft, right? Okay. So if the staff or team dealing with a woman manager, so the staff will be close to share their own problem maybe, so the things can solve if the team share their problem with the woman, because not all women have their own emotional with miserable things. Yeah. So I think woman is a bit emotional, but at the not all the time, but at the certain part only. Yeah. So that's my point.
Okay, to support Hadira point, for me, women are very realistic and well organized. Yet, studies show that once women land leadership position, they excel, often surpassing men, because they have developed soft skills necessary for effective leadership. Traits like empathy, communication, and listening are qualities that serve women well when in management position. This is iconic because soft skills have also historically been used as excuse for why women are not fit to lead. For example, they too soft, they are too empathetic. They've been this concept that you need a man to take charge and make the tough decision everyone else is afraid to make. Yet what we know now is a strong leader is not necessarily a man who stands alone, making all the tough decisions by himself, but rather a servant leader who gather all points of view in a collaborative effort in order to arrive at the best course of action. This bodies well for the furthers of women leaders, as study after study prove women have a natural bent towards collaboration.
My point to against women are better manager than men. Men leader are generally straight to the point. They tend to get to the point quicker than females. So next, males tend to focus on the current task and to directly coordinate perception and action better than their female counterpart. Studies show that male leaders are more inclined towards action than analysis as they have better neural connectivity within one hemisphere and between frontal and back areas. Furthermore, when it comes to goals and transactional approach, males see the performance of their team as a sequence of independent transactions, which one of which must be either disciplined or rewarded. This trait, if executed wisely, can improve motivation and engagement of the team. So that's all.
Okay, so I am disagree with Hafizuddin point. It is because woman is more flexible because they can be cognitive, emotional, and dispositional. So they can accept anything with anything possibility for the cognitive. Women can thinking the strategy and mental frameworks, so the works or the tasks will smoothly and success. Because a woman is quite quite kind quite power in planning maybe. So if they planning something for the task or work, the work will process and progress well. Yeah. And then for the dispositional, they remain optimistically and at the same time being time realistic. If women be it the manager, they like to showing and share their practically idea from their team or staff. They also can be realistic with the estimating the costing, the planning and so on with any project or task. Yeah.
Hadira, can I interrupt you with my viewpoint?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Back to our topic, are women better manager than men? Nowadays, we can see through online media social such as TikTok, Facebook, or any famous social media, a few women that we can see that they sometimes women cannot handle their emotion and lack of professionalism. If they are get mad at someone, she will posted anything that will convince the circle that the person that she don't want be at the place will be kicked out.
At other point, why women seem to be better than men when it comes to managing? For me, women are great listener and most of our relationship, both personal and professional in job. We all want a boss who we feel we can talk to and is open and honest with us. Collaboration is huge in a successful team. Women more so than our fellow men are excellent communicators. Women are more teamwork and discussion oriented, where men typically like to just take action. This can be seen in their inability to stop and ask for direction when loose. Women supervisors are great at making their team feel like they are part of each choice the company makes and reaching out for feedback or ideas when needed. Due to the way they are raised in general, women are better listeners and give importance to minute detail to at work. Highly emphasize listening is key to all effective communication. Without the ability to listen effectively, messages are easily misunderstood. As a result, communication breakdowns and the sender of the message can easily become frustrated or irritated.
Thank you to KHAIRUL AMIRIN. I am really agree with his point, which is he said that a woman is a very good listener. So in any works or team, if they have a manager, a woman manager, they can share their problems, so that will build teamwork hardly. Okay. And then I will share my point, such as woman is a really multitasking, because it can relate maybe at home, if the woman manager as a wife, they can handle their children, at the same time they can do their chores, and same goes at the workplace. It's because they able to handle the job with any problem, or at the same time have a meeting or so on with any department maybe. Okay, so they can handle their problem. Okay, so woman manager, woman is a best manager, and then because they know how to handle the problem or any task professionally. Yeah. Okay, so that's all my point. Thank you.
Thank you for all the speakers that have shared their thought for today. So for closing our discussion, I would like ask Hadira binti Hamdan for conclude about our discussion for today and give some closing about our topic.
So I want to say thank you to Afiqah, HAFIZUDDIN and KHAIRUL AMIRIN for sharing their points. So I can conclude here that there have been a discussion about whether or not women's better manager than men. So actually both men or women have equal hormonal that challenge that sometimes impact their decision making, skills, attitude, and towards the colleges and at work. So both can be their own personality for men or women. Okay. So however, a study found that woman is a better manager. So the difference between women and men manager is exists because of the society's ways of raising men or and women. Okay, so women were encouraged to be empathetic, kind, or etc. So men were taught to be harsh or demanding. So now the situation are changing. Both women men being raised equally. So hence with time, the difference between men and women in any field will not exist. So let me share some quotes about women. Women are like tea bags. You don't know how strong they are until you put them in a hot water. So overall, for this discussion, prove that woman is a better manager than man. So that's all from us. Thank you to Nur Afiqah binti Zulkafli. Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Ghazali, Khairul Amirin and Khairul Amirin bin Muhammad Tajuddin, and me, Hadirah binti Hamdan. So thank you for listening our discussion.